Hello and good evening from St. Louis Park High School. I'm Bruce Overman, and tonight it's the St. Louis Park Orioles taking on the Chanhassen Storm. Well, the starting lineups for the St. Louis Park Orioles, they come into this game at 5 and 9. The Chanhassen Storm at 7 and 7. We're going to announce youth program first here, which is a great thing that St. Louis Park does here. And St. Louis Park Orioles are going to have a tough game today against this Chanhassen team, as St. Louis Park is going to be without their top player, one of their top players in this game, Matthew Johnson. He is out ill today, so he will not be able to play tonight, and that would be a big hole for the St. Louis Park Orioles against a team like Chanhassen, who has a couple players on this team that can really put the ball in the hoop. Those players are Colby Crystal, number 2. He averages 24 points per game, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Number 0, Bennett Barger. He's an 18 and 10 guy, so those are going to be 2 tough guys for the Orioles to handle. And St. Louis Park's going to need a big game from players like Tanner Rose, Jackson McDonald, and you have to get Josh Natesel hitting some of those threes. Jonah Schwab gets a chance to start in this game, so we'll announce the lineups on the floor here in just a second. St. Louis Park coming off a 84-58 loss against Chaska. Chanhassen with an 85-71 loss against Laconia. Starting lineup: 0, Bennett Barger. Jonah Schwab for the Orioles. Colby Crystal, number 2. Jackson McDonald for the St. Louis Park Orioles. He averages 8 points per game. Number 10, Logan Gustan. Tanner Rose for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Isaac Johnson. And Josh Rickard. Nathan Ramler. And Josh Natesel for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Corey Christopherson is the coach of the Chanhassen Storm team, and Arsenio Richardson for the St. Louis Park Orioles. This Orioles team is going to have to play hard. They're going to have to find a way to stop those 2 guys, Barger and Crystal. They're going to have a little bit of a inside presence with their height. Ramler will jump up against Jackson McDonald. St. Louis Park in the black and orange uniforms. The Storm with the visiting white. Tip control by the Orioles, even though they had a height disadvantage. Here's a quick 3. Natesel and had that one tipped. Here comes the Storm into the front court. Crystal. Ramler gives it off. Barger throws it in the corner. Now they work it inside, back up top. Penetrating down the lane. And the shot just rolls out, but you can see the height advantage. But the Orioles come away with the rebound. 0-0, the score just underway. I think the referee is seeing something about the basketball that he doesn't like, so see if he's going to get a different ball here. balls are rolled back to the locker room, so we'll have to wait for a second here as they bring out a new basketball. You don't see that too often. I'm not sure if one of the players complained about it. But we'll be ready to resume here. Just underway. Chanhassen had one opportunity, just unable to score, and now the Orioles get into their offense. You see the Orioles moving well on offense. Got players like the movement here. See if they can get a good shot. Shot clock's at 7. Rose gets inside, shot off the iron. And you'll see the Storm will push it up. Crystal takes it in the lane. Tried to alley-oop it. Not good. Good defense by McDonald, but a good play by Bennett Barger to get the basket to go. Good second effort by Barger. 2-0 Storm lead. Ball tipped out of bounds. Orioles will have possession back with 21 seconds on the shot clock. Josh Rickard. A lot of the Orioles scoring lately has been from inside the lane. That's where it is. Comes again on a nice give and go. Tanner Rose. And we're tied at 2. Barger carried by McDonald. Here's a 3. And a miss by Crystal. I was watching Crystal warm up, and he was hitting every one of those shots. Jonah Schwab with a nice finish. Orioles up by 2. 4-2 our score, just underway. Crystal passed it out up top. Gustad looks inside, tip. Orioles come away with the turnover. Schwab inside McDonald. He had the beat the player to the basket, but just got under too far. Penetrating in. Good defense by the Orioles. Pass almost a steal by Rose, but a good recovery by Gustad. Gustad lobs it inside. You see the height advantage, and we get a basket and a foul. But the Orioles are going to have to avoid picking up fouls on those easy baskets that are inside, because it's going to be hard to match up on the size disadvantage. One of the Orioles' taller players, McDonald, picks up his first foul. And Crystal gives the Storm their first lead at 5-4. Schwab up top. McDonald for 3 off the rim. One and done for the Orioles. Rebound taken by Crystal. Pass along the baseline, and he gives it up, but Johnson could get his shot to go. And we'll get a tie up here. So it'll be Storm basketball, and they're going to have a couple subs coming in. Number 3, Cam Wolf, and number 4, Dialwis into the game. Wolf, Barger, and then the drive down the lane, we'll get a foul on the Orioles. Natesel picks up his first foul, second team foul for the St. Louis Park Orioles. So that's going to send Barger to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2. Bennett Barger, 18 points per game with 10 rebounds per game. So double-double. And he's got 4 in this game. So 7-4, the Storm with the lead. Rickard drives inside, passes off to Schwab. Put that jumper up, didn't go, and the rebound for the Storm. You see the Storm really controlling the defensive boards. Orioles getting 1 opportunity, and good penetration that time by Barger, getting in great position down the lane, and was able to turn around, put that one in. 9-4, Storm lead. Rose takes it down the lane, and he draws the foul. So first foul of the game for the Storm. So it's called on Cam Wolf. That's his first foul, and it's going to send Rose to the free throw line. Steinbrook into the game for St. Louis Park. Schwab out. And a good roll that time. And it's now 9-6 is their score. Again, if you just tuned in, Matthew Johnson is out for this game. He was sick today and unable to play. Crystal missing the shot, and the Orioles get the rebound. Rose back up top. McDonald saves it from being an over and back. Graham Riggs is in the game for the Orioles. There's Rose, shot won't go. You can see how crisp the passes are of the Storm team. They do a great job, and that was a great culmination of a pass that went right into the cutting Barger right to the basket. Barger with 8 points. Most of the Storm's baskets have been from inside in this game. There's an outside shot that was short. McDonald's missed both of his 3-point attempts. Spin move. And again, they just pass inside, and they're going to have to find a way to stop Barger from getting that post position down there. Orioles can't hit the 3. Orioles will bring Natesel back into the game, and Crystal will go to the bench for his first breather. We'll see if Barger hangs out down below the basket again. That's been their go-to guy. Missed shot by Wolf. Orioles come down quickly, and a good finish. Steinbrook for the Orioles. Barger. Barger loses the ball. Steinbrook has it. And he loses his dribble. I think he was trying to figure out how he was going to make that move on Ramler. Looked up, and ball got out of his hands, out of bounds. We'll go back to the Storm. They lead by 5. 13-8 our score. 11:27 to go here in the first half. Another turnover. Rose takes it up to the basket, tried to draw the foul, and it's going to be a late call. little bit of a delayed call that time. The Storm were ready to come back up the court, and the whistle came a little bit late, and Christofferson sort of questioning that one. But he called on Ramler, his first. Both teams with 2 fouls. Tanner Rose with 5, and Crystal will come back into the game. Barger will take a seat. First miss for Rose. He's 3 for 4 now from the free throw line, and the Orioles trail by 4. Ramler inside. Crystal back in the corners. A 3 put up. Too long. Orioles with the rebound. They're going to push. Steinbrook, what a great move. Grabbed that one from down low at the knees and was able to get that ball up in traffic, and Orioles have cut the lead to 2. It's an Oriole team that did beat Hopkins this season. Definitely a size mismatch in there, but running jumper not good, and a follow up with his shot was number 1, Peyton Jones. Did a great job. Crystal drives to the basket. He's short. Good defense by the Orioles. Oh, and a steal by Jones, but Orioles got it back. Went to Rose. Looks behind him to make sure it's clear. Along the baseline for the Orioles. Now in the corner, Nathal chucks up the shot. That one a little short and flat. And we'll get a timeout by Coach Christofferson. Chanhassen team has beaten teams like Southwest Christian, Washburn, Rochester, John Marshall, Minnetonka. Good win, 75-65. They beat Benilde St. Margaret 65-52. Bloomington Jefferson 70-64, and Orono 68-64. Losses coming against Andover, Lakeville South, Buffalo, Prior Lake, Lakeville North, Chaska, and Waconia. That Buffalo team's a really, really good team. They have moved up in the state rankings, and they are number 5 right now at 13-1. And St. Louis Park played them this year. St. Louis Park had a 11-point lead in that game, and ended up losing by 3 points in that game. Again, Buffalo was minus 1 of their big players, but St. Louis Park played Buffalo pretty tough. That was at home. Here's Johnson. Looks inside. Passes out. Gustad. Shot clock at 8. And a great shot. Nice play inside, and McDonald with the basket is 15-13. Storm lead. Tipped out of bounds. Good hustle by the Orioles. Number 2, Graham Riggs. Into the backcourt for Crystal. Spin move. Short. Rose is going to put up the 3. Short. Oh, almost a follow-up rebound by Jonas Schwab, but just couldn't get his hands on that one. Cross-court pass for the 3, not good, but the follow-up by Crystal rolls out. Second one by Crystal doesn't go. The Orioles are very fortunate there on the 2 misses from inside. Natesel, he needs to start hitting. He's a good three-point shooter, but he's been struggling lately. A block from behind. And now the putback is good by Matthew Daly. Good hustle by the Orioles. They got to be tiring a little bit here, and we're going to see some subs coming into the game. Rose slowing it down. Three again off the iron. Orioles cannot hit the threes. Oh, great attempt at a steal that time by Graham Riggs. And Riggs plays really good defense. Miles Bassett into the game now for the Orioles. Number 30, you see him playing tough defense there. Good pass inside. Nothing you can do when Crystal gets inside like that. And he had missed a couple earlier, some pretty easy ones that just rolled out. That time he made sure to finish. Now a 6-point lead. In the corner. Again, the Orioles can't hit the threes. The only shots the Orioles can hit right now are the ones inside the lane. That was good defense, and Crystal sort of got off balance that time, had to put it up and off the mark. When you get caught up in nowhere land, when you take a jump to try and pass and the guy's not there, and you have to just put that shot up. Another miss by the Orioles on a three. Oh, great defense by the Orioles, tying it up, and it's going to be Oriole basketball. What a great play. Orioles down by 6, but Coach Richardson has to be pleased with the hustle of his team. McDonald, again, another three that the Orioles can't make. What a great rebound. That was Jonas Schwab who had saved it. Another three by the Orioles, not good. I think the Orioles are about 0 for 8, maybe 0 for 9 from three-point range here, and hard to get back in the game when you can't hit those threes. Oh, it's going to be unforced error that time by Miles Bassett as he loses it off his leg, and we'll get the ball back to the Storm. See if the Storm try and get Barger back inside. He was tough earlier. There's Barger cutting to the basket. Missed shot by the Storm. Orioles with the rebound. Rose tries to drive along the baseline. He gets it. Had a little fake to his right, went to the left down the baseline, and was able to get that ball in to the basket. So good job by Rose on his finishing, and good start for Rose in this game. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the half. Cross-court pass, it's on the ground, and we'll get another tie-up. This one will go to the Storm, but good hustle by both teams there, and everyone diving to the floor. St. Louis Park 5-9, the Storm 7-7. Ramler, Barger. This is Ramler, guarded by Natesel, had to chuck it up, and the shot clock. You don't see that too much these days. Teams move the ball pretty quickly, and shot clock doesn't come into play that often. Good pass inside, and the Orioles able to finish. Rickard. Good defense by the Orioles, knocked out of bounds. Will be the Storm ball here. Steinbrook will come back in for the Orioles, replacing McDonald. 2-point game, 4:19 to go in the half. Good job cutting into the basket. That was Steinbrook. Rose, spin move. Oh, nice no-look pass. And a finish by Schwab. And we get a timeout. Second timeout used by the Storm here in the first half, as the Orioles tied at 19. Boy, this is great hustle by the St. Louis Park Orioles. Coming to this game 5-9. Their wins this season over Champlin, Hopkins, Minneapolis North, Benilde St. Margaret's, and Duluth East. Losses against Armstrong, Eden Prairie, Wayzata, Buffalo, Egan, Rogers, Laconia, New Prague, and Chaska. So Matthew Johnson could be their is their leading scorer along with Rose, and he is out tonight. And so Orioles shorthanded, but they are not shorthanded when you talk about the effort that they're putting forth in this game. For the Orioles, Tanner Rose, the leading scorer. He has 7 points. Steinbrook has 4. Schwab has 4. Rickard and McDonald each have 2. There's only been 4 fouls, 2 on each team so far in this game. And we get a travel. I'm not sure what Dialwis was doing. We got a little fancy there trying to just get the defender off of him, but by the time he started up the court, he had shuffled his feet. Rickard. Steinbrook. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Rose looks at the clock, and he's going to put up a long one, and he makes it. Tanner Rose from outside. That was a case where Tanner thought, well, the shot clock's going down. No one's on me for a second here. I'm going to take the longer shot. Rose gets the rebound on the miss by Crystal. Orioles by 3. Natezel looked like he was fouled by Barger, no call. And the Orioles take it out with 21 seconds. Arsenio calling for a play here. Well, Rose is going to take another one. Sort of a heat check that time, but that one was short. The Orioles up by 3. Here's a steal for the Orioles. Getting back quick as a defender, and we'll get a foul as Schwab will go to the free throw line on the foul by number 4, Dialwis. Got 2:50 to go. Orioles lead 22-19. That was Rickard. So Rickard will go to the line. Josh averaging 6 points per game. That's his 3rd point of the game. And the Orioles with their biggest lead of the game. as they're up by 5. 24-19 the score. Orioles were down by 6 at one point, so they've outscored the Storm by 11. Playing really good defense, and there's the drive by Barger. Barger, the leading scorer. And an offensive foul on the Orioles. That one's going to be called on Nate, so that'll be number 2. So Nate will go to the bench. (24-21), 3-point Oriole lead. Crystal will bring the ball up. Foul on the Orioles. Fourth team foul for the St. Louis Park Orioles. That one was on Steinbrook. Barger had a little trouble with that one. Oh, nice pass inside to the cutting player. McDonald with the rebound, and he pulls it away. As Tanner Rose quickly into the front court. Steinbrook trying to draw the foul, no call. Good steal by Rickard. Orioles have another opportunity here, and a timeout by Arsenio Richardson. Arsenio, we've said this before, but Arsenio, last year we had a lot of conversations. Arsenio liked to save his timeouts for the second half, and but this year he's using them when he needs to use them. And not saying that either was right or wrong, but Arsenio, that was just his philosophy a little bit. That when you get to the second half and the game's on the line, it's better to have those timeouts and not have them. Arsenio's really been a great coach here for St. Louis Park, so, and he's always open to having a discussion when you have any questions. Arsenio really on that timeout also questioned to the referee, thinking one of his players, when they went in for that basket, may have been fouled, and there's no call. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Rose has it stolen away. Orioles almost get the ball back. Barger trying to take it along the baseline. Has to pass it out. Crystal is good. I was watching Crystal with that shot in practice, and he was just swishing every one of them. Can't leave him open in that spot for the 3. That was the exact spot that he was making, one after the other. Tie game now. Important how this one ends for the Orioles. And we get a push on the Storm. That's only their 4th foul, so neither team is in the bonus. Orioles are going to bring Natzel in for offense here. He has 2 fouls, so they probably make sure he doesn't pick up a 3rd foul defensively, but they can use his offense here. Well, Schwab had that ball blocked, and the ball went out of bounds. Fortunately for the Orioles, they're going to have another opportunity here with 18 seconds on the shot clock. As Oriole teams played hard, they're going to need a little breather here at halftime. Oh, shot blocked. There's where that height comes in handy for the Storm. They've got the numbers right now. Oh, good follow-up by Crystal. Did a good job not to go over the back. He went straight up. Down to 40 seconds. Here's Rose. Guarded by Crystal. Here's Nate, so that's his spot. Just can't get that shot to go. And now let's see if the Storm hold for one. And I think they will here. Leading by 2 with 18 seconds. Crystal. Guarded by McDonald. Crystal, fans wanted a walk on that one. Nope. That was a Euro step, but it was a big one. Rose puts it up. Not good. And that's where momentum can really have a big part in you saw St. Louis Park had a 5-point lead, and how quickly the Storm have come back, and now they're taking a 4-point lead. Coach is a little upset about maybe thinking there was a couple fouls, a travel on the other end too, and but either way, a good first half. I think the Orioles played very well. I think against a tough Chanhassen team, they have the height disadvantage. Chanhassen, good ball-moving team, but the St. Louis Park Royals were scrappy. They played hard, hit some of their shots. They got to look at the second half. The Orioles are going to have to find a way to start hitting some of those 3-point shots. Tanner Rose was able to put one of them in for the Orioles, but very few and far between for St. Louis Park, as they put up probably about 12 to, and again, I'm on my own here, so I don't have the stats, but I would venture to say 12 to 13 3-point shots put up by the Orioles, and they made one. So to be in this game and to only trail by 4 is pretty good testament to how hard they're playing defensively. They're scrappy. They're stealing some balls and making it hard for the Storm to score. And so they're going to have to stop Barger and Crystal in the second half. Those guys are still leading this Storm team. 13 points for Crystal and 12 for Barger. So that's 25 of the 28 point, or 24 of the 28 points that the Storm had. So we're at halftime here. We got about 8 minutes till the second half, so stay with us. We'll have the second half coming up here from St. Louis Park.
My husband is a veteran, and he was injured in the line of duty.
It happened while I was deployed to Iraq. An IED detonated 3 feet from my face.
It was bad.
I remember thinking, who's going to take care of my wife and daughter?
We took care of each other with a lot of help from DAV.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Jason get the life-changing support and benefits they've earned.
My victory is knowing my disability doesn't define me.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We're back here for the second half. I'm Bruce Overman. 28-24 is our score from St. Louis Park. Leading scorer for the St. Louis Park Orioles, Tanner Rose. 10 points. Jonah Schwab had 4, Steinbrook with 4, and Jackson McDonald with 2. For the Orioles, it's McDonald, Rose, Rickard, Natesel, and Schwab out there. Here's Schwab with the basketball. Natesel. Rose, shot clock at 12. Natesel had a chance to take it down the lane. I'm surprised he didn't. Passed it off in and out on the shot by Rickard. Along the baseline, back out. Here's a 3, and it's good. Gustad with the 3. He now has 5 in the game. McDonald. Rose. That was off his hands, off his head, and now out of bounds. And referee waiting to see if it was touched or not. Kind of referees talking to each other. I don't think the other referees saw exactly what happened there. And they're going to give it to the Orioles. Shot clock at 19. 7-point game for the Storm. Good job by Crystal, putting his hands up in the air, making it tough for that pass right in front of the basket. Rose has to get it in, and now he just throws it in because he's going to get called for a 5-second foul, so he had to get that ball in. And you can see Crystal how fast he can get down the court. And right now it's all Storm here at the beginning of the second half. 3 for the Orioles again. Another miss on the 3. Out of bounds, though. On the rebound was Ramler. So Orioles will get another shot at it. .40 here in the second half scoring. Natal, he's way long on that one. He is just struggling with his 3. It's one of those where if Nash could just get that one to go, maybe it will lead to some other ones. And the baskets are coming a little easier here. And we could see a timeout here fairly soon by Arsenio if this one starts getting out of hand. 11-point game for the Storm. Schwab out for McDonald, takes it down the lane, floater, not good. Tries to bat it back out on the rebound. Here comes Barger. Isaac Johnson, been moved back out. Here's another 3 off the mark. Oh, great rebound by Barger. Came in and stole that one, and yeah, Orioles need the timeout. 8 in a row for the Storm. And not only that, but Arsenio's going to make some substitutions. A lot of times if he sees something he doesn't like out there or someone not hustling, he'll try and get the right combination out there, and I think that's what he's going to do here. So St. Louis Park had a 5-point lead with about 2 minutes to go in the half, and then the Storm took the lead, went up by 4, and now they lead by 13. So you can see how quick that stretch has changed the complexion of this game. So Metro West standings, Chaska 5-0 in the Metro West. They lead the conference. Waconia right behind at 4-0. Chanhassen at 3-2. Then you have Orono at 2-2. And the bottom 4 are Benilde, St. Margaret's, New Prague, and St. Louis Park at 1-3. And Bloomington Jefferson at 0-4. Record-wise, Chaska's 12-4. Waconia 12-4. Chanhassen 7-7. Orono 9-6. Benilde, St. Margaret's 6-9. New Prague 6-10. Orioles 5-9. And Bloomington Jefferson 2-13. Graham Riggs also in the game for the Orioles. You mentioned the Orioles playing without Matthew Johnson. And the steal by Crystal. And the basket is good. Orioles also have Grayson Bowl in the game. And Becker Hart. So Orioles going deep on the bench now. The Oriole varsity team did real well the game before the JV, so giving these players an opportunity to get in and get some more playing time. Barger, spin move, there's a travel. No, they called the foul. Oh yeah, they did call the travel. Good call by the official that time. Thought maybe he changed it and he was going to call the foul, but it was a travel. Orioles trying to get a point here in the second half. That will help. Miles Brissett with the 3, and what a rare 3 for the St. Louis Park Oriole team. 2-on-1 opportunity. And the Orioles will get the basketball back on the turnover by the Storm. Riggs. Yeah, it was set cutting to the basket, but quickly defending for the Storm. And Dialwis will come into the game now, replacing Johnson for the Storm. 12-point game. Steinbrück. Riggs, he's going to put up the three. He hits. All of a sudden, the Orioles getting 2 threes when they couldn't hit a three to save their life in the first half. 39-30 the score. Orioles with 6 straight points, and we'll get a reach-in foul called on Hart. Crystal averaging 24 points per game. Three on the other end, off the mark, but ball came out to Ramler. Crystal, a rare miss from 3. Orioles push it quick. Bull out for a 3. Riggs. Riggs with his second 3 in a row. Orioles with a 9-0 run. Orioles were just down by 15. They're down by 6. 13:23 to go. Foul on the Orioles. That was Hart picking up his second foul. But this lineup has created a little energy for the Orioles. And Dialwis, and we're going to time out. And Coach Christopherson using another timeout. So they're going to probably be getting down there a little bit on their timeout situation. Probably a couple in the first half, and not sure how many they have left. Upcoming games for the St. Louis Park Orioles will be January 29th. They'll be at Bloomington Jefferson. Come home for a Saturday matinee. I think we have a doubleheader here. I believe the girls play at 11 o'clock and the boys play Edina, a very tough Edina team, at 12:45 here at St. Louis Park. So then they play Orono at St. Louis Park, at Benilde on February 5th, at Waconia February 10th, New Prague at St. Louis Park on the 12th, and Valentine's Day game, afternoon game, Washburn at St. Louis Park at noon on the 14th. Fargo will inbound the ball. Crystal, and it goes to Ramler. Ramler looking for Crystal. Crystal will bring it up. Barger inside. Crystal, and they'll make him earn him at the free throw line. Crystal 1 for 1 from the line. 16 in the game. He averages 24. All net. This has a little bit lower release, not over the head like some of the players. Here's a trap and kicking the ball. Coach Christopherson, like, serious? And a push. Neither team has been in the bonus in this game, but this will be on Ramler, his second, so. Steinbrook is trapped inside. Oh, in and out. Nice shot by Hart. Just couldn't get that one to go. Couldn't drop it. And 8-point lead for the Storm as they are looking to get back into double digits again. Nice steal by Graham. Oh, and he gets fouled. Graham just likes to score in threes. He's had that before where he was able to maneuver with his body, get the finish, and draw the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Graham Riggs has really put some energy into the St. Louis Park Oriole team here in the second half. 9 points for Graham Riggs here in the half. Orioles trail by 5. Crystal. Oh, nice back into Crystal. Rolls out. Crystal with his rebound again. Put back. This one rolls out. He's had one of those in the first half where he missed 2 in a row. Riggs drives to the basket. Put up, not good by Hart. Out of bounds, Oriole ball. Barger, frustrated, thought he had that ball, but the Orioles tapped it from behind. And now we get Jaden Post, a sophomore, coming to the game. So we're seeing a whole different lineup in here for the Orioles. Bring in the JV team and see what they can do. They won by 20 points in their previous game. That was a tough shot by Steinbrook over Ramler, who's got the big height advantage. Crystal down the lane. Orioles unable to block him, and again, Crystal's missed another one, and the Orioles had that ball bounce off of one of their players and out of bounds. So Storm will get another chance. Boy, Crystal's getting some good opportunities, just unable to get the finish. So high percentage shots for Crystal. Oh, they work Barger inside. They're going to try and get it to Barger here. Barger has it. 5 seconds on the clock. Ramler, he puts up the 3 off the iron. Oh, great rebound that time by the Orioles post. They start down the, almost carrying the basketball. Fortunately, he got rid of it. 3, short post, tries to get the rebound, but it was brought down by Daly. Crystal. And Crystal will go to the free throw line. It's been a fun one here. 5-point game. Orioles are down by 15. They're down by 5. Crystal's been perfect from the free throw line. Don't blame that one on me, but now 3 for 4 from the line. Orioles had a long rest. Grayson Bull was replaced by Rose. There's Riggs in the corner. Can't get it to go. Post. Rebound. Cross. Play by Post over to Steinberg for the finish. Orioles full court pressure put on here. Well, they just get it across the 10-second line. Crystal, he's going to take it every time he can, and misses it. Crystal may be tiring a little bit. Riggs back up top. Here's a three off the front of the iron post. Is really fighting for that basketball off of Crystal. Crystal behind the back. Oh, and we're going to get a foul. It's on Riggs. Riggs would have got himself set there. Barger was sort of coming pretty hard, but that was a good call by the official. Only the first foul on Riggs. And when you got Barger coming at you full speed to take that, you got plastered there. McDonald back into the game for the Orioles. I'll tell you that team that was in there did a great job. That's Oriole basketball. No, that went off. That was an Oriole ball. I think the referee missed that one. Here's a three. Rose was able to tap it. The Orioles have the basketball, trailing by 4. Rose tries to take it to the lane. And a great scoop shot by Tanner Rose around the much taller Crystal. Crystal hasn't had a rest here. He's got to be tiring. Barger, and he's going to be fouled. So Orioles picking up some fouls here. One more, they're going to send the Storm to the free throw line. Barger thinks he's getting free throws, but that was on the drive, on the floor. Riggs gets a nice round of applause, and Becker Hart comes back into the game. Two-point game. And we get a 3-second call in the lane. Don't see that too often. Eight minutes, 45 seconds to go. Orioles trail by 2. Rose, Euro step. Oh, I thought he had the finish. Out of bounds. Storm ball. Orioles will press. So they're taking the pass away from Crystal getting it. Officials are going to talk it over here. And it'll be Oriole basketball. Right in front of the Storm bench. So. Three a little strong. Good rebound by Barger, tipped out of bounds. Good job by the Orioles, because that would have been a fast break to the basket by Crystal. Colby Crystal has played this whole second half. Stop the dribble, and now they'll look to post Barger inside. Barger turnarounder is good. Good finish by Barger. That was a play that worked really well in the first half. Oh, it's a good move to the basket, but Hart turns it over. We have some things on the court here, so. This is a Storm team that can really open up a lead, and so the St. Louis Park Orioles trying hard to really prevent that from happening. The 4-point game, trap in the corner. Good job. Here comes Crystal. Watch out. He's going to take it all the way to the basket, and he puts it in. Not tiring. Crystal's a fun player to watch. Rose. He puts it up. Not good. No one there for the rebound. So Orioles may need a timeout here as Barger makes the basket again. 8-point game. There's a travel. It's been a game of runs, and right now Orioles got to be careful here. Storm make it 4 in a row. Orioles had it down to a 4-point game. Now it's back up to 8 with 6:50 to go in regulation time. Orioles can use a Riggs 3 and a good defensive stop right now. Almost a double dribble that time. And the ball hit underneath the backboard. So the Orioles basketball, good defensive stand for the Orioles that time. 6:32 left to go in regulation time. 6 fouls against the Orioles, 3 against the Storm. McDonald looking for the cutting Natesel. They're a little too far, but he was pushed. We get Jonah Schwab getting ready to check in for the Orioles. Natesel tries to take it along the baseline. Bad pass. Barger comes all alone, and he puts it in. He's got over 20 points in this game. Rose. Orioles trying to do too much now. They've gone away from the passing game. All right, we need a timeout here. Barger. Another basket, and he'll go to the line. Let's go back to that lineup where they bring in the second team, see if they can do something here.
Come on, boys.
Again, it was a 4-point game, and now this will be a 9-point run. Orioles had a 9-0 run. Now the Storm have one. They're back up by 13. Blissett puts up the 3 off the iron. Orioles were hitting some threes a little earlier in the half. Haven't been able to hit it. Crystal behind the back. Barger, it's all Barger here now. Good follow-up rebound. Stopping the streak that time is Hart with the basket. We'll get a timeout. Looking at the top 10 teams in the state. Tartan, number 1, 11-0. Wayzata, number 2 team in the state at 14-2. Totino Grace, 13-2. Cretin-Durham Hall, 12-2. That Buffalo team we talked about, 13-1. Richfield, 15-1. Maple Grove, 10-4. They beat Wayzata once this year. Eastridge, 11-4. De La Salle, 11-2. Alexandria, 10-3. And I'll go number 11, Hopkins, at 10-5. And the St. Louis Park Orioles beat that number 11 team, Hopkins, earlier on this season. Had some good games. Wayzata and Hopkins went down to the wire this past week, and Wayzata coming away with, I think, a 4-point win. So congrats to Wayzata. They're always tough. Probably the front runner. We have a 14-point game here with just under 5 minutes left to go. I think, what do they call here? Was it a jump ball or? Rambler. Tip. Orioles get it. Oh, great finish. A couple of great plays by the Orioles. They cut it to 10. Another pressure. Boy, Hart is playing great right now. Very impressive with this team that's come in for the Orioles. Steinbrook. Riggs, trying to get Riggs for a 3. Oh, nice pass inside. Hart. Turnaround, swatted by Crystal. Here comes Crystal against Riggs. And good finish by Crystal. Schwab comes down on the other side for the Orioles. Under 4. Oh, back to Schwab. Good pass inside. And a foul. Great job working that inside. This is a 12-point game, but it really has been a fun game and a close game. Just the big spurts that the Storm have had. Seven points for Steinbrook. Off the mark. Hart almost tipped the ball, but unable to get that rebound. Pressure was looking good for a second there for the Orioles. Oh, and Crystal is shaken up. He's limping on the side. I don't know if he twisted an ankle. Crystal's been in here the whole second half. And now watch for Barger because he's been the guy to hit it here in the second half. Offensive foul. Pushing off with his elbow was Gus Fed. That's 6 fouls, so 1 more, and the Orioles will be in the bonus. Orioles have 7 fouls. We have 3:34 to go. Orioles trying to make this a single-digit lead. They trail by 11 right now. Oh, the travel. Can't afford those turnovers when you're down to 3 minutes and trying to climb the hill here, but now Orioles will have to play defense. Here's Post. And we'll get a foul. Oh, timeout. .58-47, 3:16 remaining. .26 points in the game for Barger. .23 in the game for Crystal. That's 49 points of their 58 points are those 2 players. That's a great 1-2 punch. Tanner Rose has 12 points for the Orioles. Graham Riggs with 9. Hart with a few buckets. Steinbrook with 7. Ricker with 4 and McDonald with a couple. Pass off of Barger, he saves it. You get it back inside. Now out. There's that beautiful 3 by Crystal. He's now at 26. Orioles get the steal back. Well, now they lose it again. Here's Barger. Nice finish by Barger. He's got 28. .16-point game with 2:34 to go. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a 16-point game. Hart off the mark. Then it'll be Storm basketball. The Oriole team has not lacked energy. They've not lacked the fight. He's going to come up short here, and we'll get Broberg in the game for the Orioles. Finn. Barger. It's as close to the dunk as he's going to get, but it's his 30th point. And we'll see if Chanhassen will go to their bench here pretty quick. I think they are now. Steinbrook, spin move. And he gets the basket. Nine points in the game for Steinbrook. Almost a steal. Oh, nice pass by Rimler. And a good finish. one of the few baskets by someone other than the top two, Barger and Crystal. That's Dialwis. Riggs. Steinbrook. Gets it back and is able to finish. It's fortunate that the defensive player touched the basketball. 16-point game with 1 minute to go. I don't think... And the foul. I was surprised that Chanhassen didn't call a timeout on that offensive possession to get their subs in. And now they're going to bring them in. But I get Crystal out of that game. Don't want anything to happen to him. Played a long game. He hurt his ankle for a little bit there. And no need to have your players injured when you have a 16-point lead with a minute to go. Great job by Crystal. I believe Barger will probably come out too as well. The 1-and-1 and free throw made by Post. Jaden Post, a sophomore. This is a great game that Arsenio can say, I got some of the sophomores, JVs in, players in, and they did a great job against the Storm team. And so that should bode well for the future for St. Louis Park. Well, now we get a timeout to bring in another sub. I think the Orioles are going to counter back too. Bring in Aiden Bull comes into the game, a freshman for the Orioles. Left-handed shot won't go. Orioles will push. And the shot by Bull didn't go. Put back. Post with the putback. He doesn't get it to go. And now they're got a trap in the backcourt. They got to get it across the line here, and they just do. 19 seconds. Shot clock's off. 3 off the mark. Tap up, good, not good. Tap up, not good. Rebound by the Orioles. They got one chance with 8 seconds, and nope, they're not going to have one more chance. It's going to be the Storm that have a chance unless they just let the clock run out, which is what they should do here. Entertaining game, I think. You know, it turns out to be a 15-point game, and Park only put up 52 points on the scoreboard, but I think there's a lot of back and forth, and you saw some runs. St. Louis Park was able to take a 15-point lead, bring it down to 4, but in the end, the Storm were just the stronger team and able to win this one. But I got to commend the Orioles and Coach Richardson. Really, he changed it up, went with players who he thought could give them a spark, and they were able to get the Orioles back in it. And we saw Riggs hit a couple threes there, and so it became a really close game and really made the Storm have to work to put this one away. But in the end, the Storm with a 15-point win, and the Storm will now go to 8-7 this season. St. Louis Park 5-10. Again, upcoming game for the St. Louis Park Orioles will be January 29th. So that game on Friday the 29th, or Thursday, I think is the 29th, against Bloomington Jefferson at Jefferson. And then on Saturday the 31st, they're home against Edina, that game at 12:45. So on behalf of our crew here at ParkTV 16, I'm Bruce Holborn. We want to thank you for joining us. Again, final score of the Storm 67, St. Louis Park Orioles 52. Have a good night.